Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Today we're going to speak about Parashat Ki Tavo. I would like to ask you a question. Think for a moment and tell me, I would like you, if you don't mind to share it, what happened to you during this year, something good that you can say, oh, Hashem was so kind to me. Hashem really helped me in this and this issue. Special siyata d'shmai, help from heaven, special ashgacha pratit, divine providence or a certain thing. Can you think about this? Something that happened to you this year.
I have my job.
You have your job, okay. That's
A lot of people lost their jobs.
נכון, a lot of people don't have their jobs. נכון.
You know, just now I went out from the exercising and I had a beautiful scarf. When I'm coming out, I'm always wet, I want to cover because it's wet. And the lady put the parking car next to this house very tight and the mirrors too close to the bushes, and I can't come out. So when I went out, that mirrors went a little bit moved like this side, right now, Jess. Okay. And I said, I'm not gonna twist it back. And then I tell myself, maybe she's gonna have, God forbid, if she's in a drive, ask again and this mirror not right. Okay, I back, maybe like a few, feet, I back, and I went to twist the mirror, I see my beautiful scarf on the, and I said, oh God, thank you. I swear to God, just now. And I said, oh God, thank you. You see, if I didn't come back, I will lose this scarf.
Oh, so you lost it, and
you
found your scarf.
And I didn't realize how far it felt from me, you know. And I come back, I said, oh, this is my scarf. If I didn't back to the mirror from the car, I will not see my scarf anymore, probably.
Perfect. So Hashem made
it's like small miracles.
Yeah, beautiful, small miracles. That's what we're looking for. Small, big ones. Anybody else?
And you know what? It's so funny. Sometimes if I see something in a dream, somebody pregnant, and it's usually it's like true. I see like mother and something. I said, "Doctorata bachelor didam." Hi, so salamat bachelor shava. After 1 week, she said, "How do you know?" She told you. She didn't tell me. I said, "I didn't know. I saw the dream." It's like happens sometimes, you know, and you feel it.
Sometimes Hashem sends us messages. So, the reason that I asked this question is, as we're coming close to Rosh Hashanah, right? We have to make some certain kind of cheshbon nefesh. Cheshbon nefesh means, so what happened the past year? Last year we prayed on Rosh Hashanah and asked Hashem, please grant us a good year, a healthy one, nachat from the children, whatever you asked, you to maintain your job and good relationship with your husband and with your friends and with your neighbors, and then you ask Hashem to forgive you, and you want that, you know, if Bezrat Hashem, if Hashem forgives you, you're going to do certain things so that, you know. In this Parashat Ki Tavo, we're talking about a very, very important mitzvah. It starts with this mitzvah. It's called mitzvah Bikurim. Bikurim means that as you come to Israel, you know, they're almost entering Israel. So Moshe tells you, as you're going to enter Israel, you're going to plant trees, you're going to have pomegranates, you're going to have, you know, eretz chita, saora, gefen, te'ena, rimon, all these shivat aminim things that we have, grapes and dates and figs and stuff. From the first tree, the first fruit that you're going to see, you cannot eat that. You're going to put it in a nice basket and take it to the holy temple, to the Kohen. And over there, you're supposed to say a certain prayer prayers, the long prayer starts, the beginning of the history of the Jewish people. How Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, how Lavan wanted to prevent, so that Jewish nation won't establish, won't happen. How he bothered us, how he tricked Yaakov, how he did this, and then how we went to Egypt, and now the Egyptians made so much, they wanted to hurt us, to make us problems, and how Hashem, with His kindness, took us out of Egypt, brought us to Israel, and now here I am able to plant trees and have my own yard or garden or field or whatever, and from that first fruit I want to bring a present to Hashem. So what's the idea of mitzvah Bikurim? What is the idea of this mitzvah? Appreciation, gratitude, right? You want to thank Hashem for all the things that He gave you. Then it says in the parasha, "V'samachta bechol hatov asher natan lecha Hashem." You should be happy with all the goodness, all the good things that Hashem have granted you. It's a mitzvah. V'samachta, be happy with all Hashem, whatever Hashem gave you. And later in that, still this parasha, it says, "תחת אשר לא עבדת את השם אלוקיך בשמחה ובטוב לבב ומרוב כל." If you're going to have all this, but you're not going to serve Hashem with happiness, there's such a long list of all kind of curses that will be on top of Am Yisrael. Why? Because they don't worship Hashem with happiness. So I want to speak about this today. There was this king, and the king was a very sad king, but had a very, very happy servant. Okay? Very happy servant. Always used to serve the king with a smile, sing songs, and always have good mood, okay? And ask his master, how can I do, what can I help you, how can I make you happy? Makes special cuisine, special foods, creates a lot of things, and does all his chores, all his duties, all whatever he has to do, happily. So one day the king comes to him and tells him, I want to ask you a question. What is the secret of your happiness? Why are you so happy? You don't have anything. You're a poor man. You're a slave. You're my servant. What? I see you clothing, old clothing. I know what you're eating. You're eating a leftover from my own palace. Your house is nothing special. A little apartment that I gave you. And why to be happy? The servant tells him, why not? Yes, you gave me an apartment, and I'm so happy in that apartment. I don't need to eat so much. The leftovers are fine and more than enough. And my wife is happy. I have my kids. I do my duties. I go back. I'm fine. I have no problem. Why to complain? So the king goes to his advisor, and he tells him, why is he so happy? The advisor says, you want to test him? You want to see? Put him in a trial and see if he really stays happy? So you have to put him in this circle of 99, he tells him. What is the circle of 99? And he tells him something very interesting. He says, oh, dear king, you have to buy me, and I'll give it as a present to your servant. You have to buy me a very nice chain with precious stones inside. 99 precious stones, not more, just 99. And I'll present it to your slave, to your servant, and let's see what happens. So they present it to him. He's so happy. Whoa, I got a nice present. And the king and his advisor, they're hiding from the outside. They want to see how he reacts as he gets this present. Never in his life he touched a precious stone. He doesn't know how it looks like. He doesn't know what its value. All of a sudden, He has so much of them. He starts counting. He counts and he counts and he counts, comes to the number 99. Says, cannot be. Something is missing. Again starts counting, counts and counts, 99. Something is missing. I get a present from the king. He won't give me just 99. You have to. If anything, you will complete it to 100. Where is it? He keeps counting. He keeps counting, and he keeps coming to the number 99. And he gets upset, and he gets furious, and he starts screaming. Somebody robbed me. Somebody stole me. It cannot be. and he's restless and doesn't find himself. And then he starts thinking. They already see from the outside that he's not happy, he's stressful, something bothers him. So he starts thinking, what can I do to complete this chain, to make it, to have 100 pieces in there? Probably he starts calculating. If I'll work this and this and this amount, another amount of years, maybe another 10 years I'll work, I'll try to save here, I'll try to save there, maybe I'll be able to get the amount of the hundreds stone that I need. Then he thinks, but no, another 10 years, it's a long time. Yeah, afterwards I will retire, but still working another 10 years and feeling pressured about this. So I'll take a night shift. After I leave the job over here by the king, I'll go and find another job. I'll teach students, I'll do this, I'll be a guard at night, I'll do something. I'll ask my wife to work also. We will sell our clothing. Okay, we won't eat so much. We can save as much as we can. We have to cut the budget, so maybe I'll be able to work 7 years. But 7 years is also a long time. Basically, he keeps thinking what to do to get this chain to be 100 complete. Every day he comes to the palace. He's not so happy like he used to be. He used to be so happy, singing songs, enjoying, have good high spirits, good mood. Now he comes tired, and his eyes has a lot of black spots over there. And the king sees him once and he tells him, "Hey, what happened to you? You're so happy. Why I see you lately so grumpy, so tired, so exhausted, so sad, so..." He tells him, "What do you want from me? I do my job, I do it right, I do your food, I clean. You want me to be also a joker? I'm fine, I'm okay." He sees that something really bothers him. And that's what happens when somebody is not appreciating what he has. Hello, you never saw 99 stones. All of a sudden you have such a big amount of stones. Say thank you for one. Say thank you for two. You never saw even one. But he's not happy with what he has. He's thinking, why I don't have another one? Okay? And that's what bothers most of the people in this world. We may make fun of this guy, but we're all the same. When people make the first $1,000, are they satisfied with this? No, they need to make another $1,000. So whatever you work till now, you have to make the double. When you get 2,000, are you happy? No, you have to make more. And you keep having expenses because of that. You earn. You have to buy things. You have to have. You have to this. And this is what mostly people do. They say something interesting. They say half of our life we invest on our health with a lot of money, and the other half of our life we invest so much money for a little bit of health. When we become older, what matters the most is the health, right? And we pay a lot of money for getting this. So, but in the beginning of our life, we don't even pay attention. Who has time to think about his health? We have to run, okay, to accomplish, to do. So, אין אדם מת וחצי תאוותו בידו. So a long time, this guy that we mentioned before, that goes to make mitzvat Bikurim, this guy, he works very much his field. He plants, he plows, he waters the thing, he takes away all kind of weeds that grew over there, and tries, fertilizes, gives his time, okay, to make these trees grow, his field to grow. And now, when he sees the first fruit over there, he is so happy. Think about this. When you do first time a cake, do you feel towards it the same way that you buy each and every week, let's say, a cake? Do you feel the same way towards it? No. But when you make a cake, your own recipe, you mix it, you add here, you add there. It's your taste. It's so different. You invest in something. You like it, you love it, you have special affection towards it. A man, first time in his life, has the first fruit that comes from a tree that he himself planted. Won't he feel so happy with this? Of course he does. But you cannot take this fruit and enjoy it. You have to take it to the holy temple and give it to the Kohen. Why? Why Hashem does it to us so we won't enjoy that first fruit? We invested so much, we worked on it so much, it's so special to us, it's so dear to us, and we have to go and give it to the holy temple. So, not only this is the only mitzvah, it says, that as he does it, he has to bow down to Hashem. The only mitzvah, it says, that when a man makes mitzvah Bikurim, the first fruit, he has to bow down to Hashem and say a special prayer. Why? Rav Chaim Shmulevitz Zatzal, in his book Sichot Musar, explains that when somebody invests on something that he did himself, he gets connected to it. And emotionally and naturally, the most effort you put on something, the most affection you get from this. And this is one of the reasons that a mother loves her baby as he comes out of her womb. Okay? He made her suffer the whole pregnancy. It wasn't easy. It was tough. Sometimes pregnancies are so hard and so risky. But still she loves this creature. How come? Because you gave all your blood to it. Of course, for 9 months you invested and thought about this and dreamt about this and gave your blood, your flesh, your everything. Of course you're going to love this thing, right? The same over here, he says. And so a man that invested so much in that tree, it becomes part of him. And this part of him, he goes and gives it to Hashem with bowing down. What does it mean? That the guy feels appreciated to Hashem. Hashem, not only this first fruit you gave me everything. And I have to thank you for everything you gave me. We take for granted the fact that we have kids, the fact that our husband's there, the fact that we're healthy. When in the world do you want to thank Hashem about your teeth until it's painful? This is when you think to thank Hashem about this, okay? But otherwise you don't think about this. You don't think that you're able to drive every day, that you're able to do all kind of things at home until you fall, until some muscle bothers you, until it's becoming hard. So this is a present. Everything is a present from Hashem. And when somebody wants to get attached to a friend, the more you invest, okay, the more you get attached yourself. And this is the beauty of Ve'ahavta l're'echa kamocha. The more you give, the more you can get close to this guy. I read this story in one of Chaim Walder's books. A very, very nice example to teach us, okay, about appreciation. So there was this boy, let's say his name is Chaim. Chaim is 13 years old, and one day he waits in a bus station with his father. The father needs to go and give a shiur or give a class somewhere. So they're waiting in the bus stop for the bus to come and go there. At that moment, before the bus comes, they hear a sudden explosion, and a car that passed next to them they saw that he had a flat tire. The guy comes outside, furious, upset, cursing. Like, how such a thing happened? He goes, he checks, he sees it's a flat tire. He goes to his to the trunk, back of his car, takes there's a jack that you put to lift the car so that he can work on his tire. But he doesn't know how to put it in. He doesn't find the right location where to enter this jack and start. The minute that it goes a little bit up, this car falls again. He tried a few times, didn't work out. So this Chaim's father comes to him and offers him, do you want me to help you? Do you need help? So this guy gets so upset. He says, I'm for half an hour here. Just now you offer your help? Where have you been till now? Don't you see that I'm So the boy saw that he was there maybe 5 minutes. But so the father didn't say anything. And he bends under the car. He finds that location where he has to enter that jack. And he entered this in the right way. And now the guy can really work and lift his car to do this. So why are you standing there like an idiot? Can't you help me? Can you continue there? He's so he acts such not nicely, and the father, instead of telling him, "Hey, watch your mouth," or he doesn't say anything, he restrains himself and he continues helping and telling him, "Listen, let's go, let's take this, let's take that." They work for about 10 minutes and then they see the bus. The bus that he was waiting for is coming. The next bus will come only in half an hour. He needs to go to a shiur, otherwise he's going to miss it. I mean, he's going to be late to a shiur. It's not nice. So he tells them, "Listen, I have to go." "How come you're leaving me alone here?" "Well, you see that I don't get along. It's so hard for me. You cannot leave me alone now." So he decided, the father, that he's not going with that bus. Whatever happens, happens. He sits and he continues helping this guy over there. And he was smoking, this Chaim's father. The guy is like, "Why are you smoking? You do that. It's not nice." Or it's not. He saw that he's really loud, and he tells him, "Listen, if you want me to help you, I will gladly help you. But I don't need this kind of language. I don't need this kind of attitude." So the guy is like, okay, I'm sorry. He continued working. They put together this new tire together, put the other one back in the trunk, and he's about to leave now. So Chaim's father tells him, "Are you going towards, let's say he was waiting on Main Street, are you going towards Forest Hills?" He tells him, "I'll go through Jewel Avenue, but not to Forest Hills. Can you drop me over there because I have to..." "No, I cannot go through there because it's too much traffic over there and it's going to take me too long and I can't." He says, "Thank you for helping me," and he drove off. The boy was, boys, he was so upset at this man. He started to cry. He started to cry to his father. "What kind of man is? No manners, no this. Why did you have to help him? You didn't have to help him. He's such a bad man. He's such a wicked. He's such this." The father said that it's not the end of the world. He says, "No, we didn't have to. You didn't have to help him, and he didn't even appreciate. He didn't even say. He just..." The father was thinking for a moment, and then he tells the boy, his son Chaim, tells him, "You know something? I know some other people that do not appreciate so much." And he's like, "Who?" He says, "I cannot say it. What do you mean? How could somebody be worse than this man?" He tells him, "I know of somebody that got sick and was laying down in bed for weeks and weeks and weeks. And the father didn't go to his job because of that, didn't go to work, spent time with the boy, fed him and changed his clothing and spent time with him and learned with him and did whatever needed, okay? And once this sick person became healthy, didn't even say thank you. Continued on with his life. Not only this, sometimes he acts in a chutzpahdik way. He answers back his father. he says he doesn't listen, he gets upset, he's getting angry, he answers back, whatever. The boy understood exactly what the father said. He remembered that a while ago he had hepatitis and he was stuck at home for many, many weeks. And his father really didn't go to his work, stayed with the boy, spent time with him, fed him. He couldn't move, he couldn't do anything. And yeah, he doesn't behave the right way. Oh, we think that only a stranger is supposed to feel gratitude. It's not true. The most people that we have to feel grateful to is our inner circle, the household people, you know, your husband, your children, your mother. Many times people get married, my mother, your mother-in-law, your neighbor, people around, your teacher. We have to feel appreciating for these people, and this is interesting. The man, the boy's father, Chaim's father, goes to his shiur, and he was apologizing that he came late, and he explained what happened, and he told him, you know something, I remember we had a rabbi that used to live among us, Rabbi Gottesman, I don't know who he is, and he was the student of Rab Chaim Ozer back in Europe, even before World War II, and they would spend time together and learn, a rabbi with a student. At a certain point, the rabbi, they were walking in the forest, the rabbi tells him, you see, there's a bush over here. This bush you are not allowed to touch. It's a poisonous bush.
Chemical.
No, the leaves are poisonous.
Poison ivy?
Poison ivy, or you're not allowed to touch it, you're not allowed to eat from this. This bush are okay. This, it depends on the color, it depends on he shows him all kind of leaves, and he's like, what, he became a nature teacher, or he became a scientist, or what exactly he tries? But he didn't say anything, and he continues the rabbi, and he tells him, this is okay, this is not okay. Fine. 3 months later, World War II started. The Germans invaded that little town where they lived, and he, with some friends, ran away to the forest. They were hungry, there was nothing to eat, and because of his teacher, he remembered which bush is allowed to come close, which leaves is allowed to take. The rabbi also taught him how to dry these leaves, how to grind them, how to make all kind of potions to sick people, to all kind of situations, what helps to what. He taught him so much, and it became really helpful at that moment. So this guy, this Rabbi Gottesman, every time people would come to visit him, they would see him outside watering his plants. Rabbi, come on, what do you need to water your plants so much? Let me do it for you. He says, no, I feel so much gratitude, appreciation to those plants that saved my life. I feel this is the least I could do, water them a little bit, these plants. So this is a little bit of gratitude that we have to learn. There was this lady that came to her mother and started to complain. She was in her 40s. Her house is old and almost falling apart, and they don't have enough money to buy a new one, to change it, to even make renovations over there. Her kids are running around in the yard, they don't pay attention to their homework, they don't do, they do this, whatever they have to do, just run around. And her car broke down, they don't have money to fix it. She tells her mother she had a birthday, and her husband bought her, he gave her a birthday card, but he gave us a stupid gift. Like, what she's going to do with this gift? And everything works out so bad that she doesn't know what to do. So her mother is a very, very smart woman. She took out a paper and she drew a small little dot on the paper. Okay? And she tells her daughter, so what do you see here? And she sees a black dot. Only a black dot? There's also a paper. But when somebody wants to focus on the bad, he focuses only on the black dot, not on all the paper. There's also paper. So this is when her daughter understood what the mother meant. That yes, the house is old and she cannot really change it, but at least she has a house. And yes, the kids are running around, don't pay attention to their homework, but at least they're healthy and they have a lot of energy to play outside. And yes, the car was broken down, but at least she has a car. Her younger sister doesn't have a car yet, and she does. And yes, her husband, he bought her a birthday card and a stupid gift, but at least he thought about her. And she knows that he loves her very much, and that was, make her, don't focus on the bad. Focus also on all the other things around, and Baruch Hashem, we have a lot of things to be thankful to. So, this is something that we have to remember. Rav Yonatan Eibeshitz wrote a book by the name Ya'arot Dvash. Over there he says that the root of all the bad qualities of the human being, the root of this is being ungrateful. This is what he says. Because how can a man make a sin when God supplies him with oxygen to live, providing food, drink, gives him on top of this all kind of extra things. He has a wife, he has children, he has parents, he has this, he has that, he has Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. And he says that the first creature that sinned in this sin that's called being ungrateful is the snake. The ancient snake. It says, Gemara Masechet Sotah, that the ancient snake was a very special animal. Hashem crowned him on all the animals. He was the head of all the animals. He wasn't the same snake that we know today. He knew how to talk. He had the power of speech. He spoke to Chava, right? And he was going upright. Vertical. He wasn't just going on his belly. And he was not grateful to Hashem. What he did was he was convincing Chava to eat from the wisdom tree. And the second one that sinned in this sin was Adam HaRishon, that said to Hashem, Haisha, Hashem natata imadi. It's because of the woman that you gave me, I sinned. It's not, it's because of, instead of saying, thank you, I'm not alone, I have a partner, right? He says, Haisha, Hashem natata imadi, this woman. So it says in Gemara Masechet Bava Kama that whoever does not bow down at modim anachnu lach, when we're supposed to be modim, his spinal cord becomes like a snake. What does it mean? That snake that purposely, that man that purposely shows to everyone that he doesn't bow down when he says modim, we thank you Hashem, he shows that he doesn't care about all the great things that Hashem gave to him. His spinal cord becomes like the snake. What happens to the snake? Hashem punished the snake because of his being ungrateful, and his punishment became, he wasn't upright anymore, he was al gechon chataleh, you're going to walk on your belly, you're going to... So that's what happens to people. Basically, when people are not grateful, Hashem punishes them. We have to be so careful with all the good things that we get. So when I asked you before, so what happened to you during this year, start to think about every day, what happens to you every day, all the millions of things that you do during the day. Hashem grants us with so much, we just have to feel appreciated. Second thing that I wanted to speak to you about is, it says in the parasha that our obligation, our mitzvah is to walk in his ways, ללכת בדרכיו, ולשמור חוקיו ומצוותיו, to keep, to observe all his decree, his mitzvot, his commands, his laws, ולשמוע בקולו, to hear whatever he says. There was this guy by the name Aryeh, lived in Israel, and Aryeh was the last boy in the family. Yeah. Many sisters and brothers in front of him, before him, and he was the last one. He got engaged, and his parents, Baruch Hashem, Hashem granted them with the ability to give. So anytime one of the kids would marry, they would, in Israel this is how it goes, because the guys are learning Torah, so the parents are trying to provide, are trying to give them an apartment, so that at least afterwards the guy is going to sit and learn. Otherwise they won't be able to sit and learn afterwards. It's not easy on the parents, to give an apartment. Here we don't buy apartment. Here it's easier. It's not so hard like over there. But over there, this is how it is. And so all his brothers and sisters got it. Okay, so they don't live next to the parents. They live maybe 20 minutes drive or something like that. They go to one of the little towns that are forming. Every time there's a new town forming over there, they call it project. So they go to these new projects. They live there. The apartments are not so expensive. They can buy even 5-room apartment over there. And they give it to their kids, and this is how they... This Aryeh, the last one, the price of the apartments doubled, and the parents could not afford it. Not his side, not her side. Could not afford it. So he understood that his parents will buy him something small in south of Israel, maybe 2-3 rooms, something small, cubic, and he will have